I'm joined now by Julian Lee, senior analyst at the London-based Centre for Global Energy Studies. Thanks so much for coming in.
Pleasure.
So how concerned are you about further swings in the price of oil should the unrest continue? And it seems it is going to continue because it's spread now to Oman.
I think it is. You know, what the market's reacting to at the moment is the fact that we've lost probably somewhere between half and three-quarters of Libya's oil production. We're likely to lose the rest of it simply because oil companies have been pulling people out of the country. There are nobody to operate many of these fields, although the opposition says that it's in control of all the fields in the east of the country. And there's also the question of who do you do business with if you're lifting oil from Libya. So there is a concern about that. Saudi Arabia has stepped in to produce more oil. That's very welcome. But the Saudi crude is not a direct replacement for some of the Libyan oil. The Libyan oil is
Why is that?
The Libyan oil is generally much better quality. It's easier to make lots of gasoline, lots of petrol, lots of diesel out of it, which is what the world needs. The spare capacity that Saudi Arabia has and has made available is generally somewhat heavier, so it's more difficult to get these transport fuels out of. It also contains more sulfur, so it needs more processing.
So with that in mind, you expect this upward trend in oil prices then to continue?
I certainly don't see much sign of a downward trend emerging at the moment. How much further it goes up, I think, is going to depend very much on whether this unrest spreads to other oil-producing countries. We've already seen the first rumblings in Oman, a non-OPEC oil producer.
Next door to Saudi Arabia.
Next door to Saudi Arabia, indeed, a very small oil producer. The big fear is that this kind of unrest spreads to Saudi Arabia itself. We've already seen a call for a day of rage on the 11th of March. The King of Saudi Arabia has made some moves to try and diffuse some of this tension, essentially by throwing money at it.
But academics and activists are saying too little, too late,
well,
not quite enough.
I think this has been the problem with regimes around the Middle East and North Africa, that the response has consistently been too little, too late. They've always been playing catch-up and failing to do so. The King of Saudi Arabia has made this move before unrest has really picked up in the kingdom. But there are real problems here. You know, it's no good agreeing a 15% salary increase for government workers when the people who are calling for action are the people who don't have jobs. This isn't going to get to them, and this, I think, is a real problem.
Yeah, so those bigger oil-exporting countries could well be at risk. Thanks very much indeed. Great to get your thoughts, your analysis. Julian Lee, senior energy analyst at the Centre for Global Energy Studies.